welcome back, everybody. In this update, we'll be taking a look at a major severe slash tornado outbreak. And yes, I know I haven't been updating you guys on a lot of things, but it's been very busy. I'm trying to get things together, and it's 10:20 right now at night, but I am locking in. Funny term. But I am definitely gonna continue to try and record for this channel. I'm definitely gonna try and make this work too and add this into the arsenal of my everyday life. And yeah, I know I've said it in the past. Yeah, I'm gonna state that. It's been one thing after another. If you know, you know. But we are talking about a tornado outbreak, and I'm gonna go in detail and everything. I spend a lot of time on the thumbnail and everything. So if you guys can please just subscribe, like, and share, and show me that you guys want this to happen, please let me, please just show it that I know. So once again, we are dealing with a tornado outbreak. There has actually been quite a bit of tornado outbreaks this season, and I think, to me, what I was hearing from people and everything, oh, this is not going to be a big tornado outbreak, but in reality, I feel like it's been a pretty good tornado outbreak season, where we had quite a bit of tornado outbreaks, and now we're going to add another one tomorrow. So there's our low pressure going to be tomorrow. We're going to have some thunderstorms along the line, but our main stuff is going to be here as this low continues to move north, shoot north. We're going to get individual supercells all in the enhance and stuff, and the atmosphere is there for tornadoes and individual supercells. Like currently, we just had a major wedge tornado in Oklahoma back here that's going on today. I was at work when that was going on, and it's still kind of going on with supercells, and I think we're going to continue with that throughout tonight. So please be safe. There's definitely other streamers on as of right now that I know that I'm subscribed to. So please, check out their channels. I do not have time to do a massive stream tonight on it, but I will make a promise that I will get this video out to you guys and make it as best as I could, even though it is late at night. But we can definitely have supercells tomorrow, and this is kind of the thing. I don't think they're gonna go high on this. Okay, I don't believe so. If anything, maybe they'll go more extension on the enhance and the moderate. If they do add a high, that would be a surprise, and that would be really, really bad. But our tornado risk here is a 15% hatch. Okay, even in the enhanced risk, we got a 10% hatch. So all in these areas are going to be prime for supercells to travel long distance. So long track tornadoes are very possible. And we can also even have tornadoes, remember, down in Oklahoma again, Texas, Kansas City, Arkansas. Okay, we can have a lot of tornadoes, even in near Chicago. So this is going to be a big outbreak. In this one, I'm going to see what I can do. I might try and, once I'm out of school, make a quick video, quick thumbnail, throw it in together before I have to go to karate. And then when the time I come back, and depending on how this tornado outbreak is all going on, if there's many tornado warnings, it looks like we're going to be in it for a few hours, then I'm definitely going to jump on for streaming. But if not, and this does boss, I'm not going to stream, okay? But this is probably not the last tornado outbreak, because there is signs of a active pattern ahead and going in even into Tuesday. I do have karate again, but we shall see. But we do have a enhance and then a slight risk from all the way in Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up here, and we even have a enhanced risk I'm very surprised of. I wasn't expecting this. Enhanced risk back in New York, Erie, back in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Could this be extended? I don't know. I think so. There's a massive slight, probably a 10% hatch risk of severe thunderstorms. Okay, this was a surprise on me, but it's happening. And then in the day 4 and day 5, this is day 4, and then but day 4 we have once again 15% risk of severe thunderstorms. Currently, this is current warnings. We still got that tornado watch. We still got a tornado warning. This is that supercell, and if we take a look at that tornado warning, radar indicated tennis ball size hail. Okay, so it looks like we have lost some of its power, and before this was a PDS tornado warning, so that is some good news. I'm currently just checking. Looks like many things are going on. There's definitely other thunderstorms around it that's, getting a little twist to it. But we're going to just have to wait and see. Okay? Um, if we take a look now, let's start taking a look into the models tomorrow. Okay? This is the her model. Okay? And let's go back out here. Let's see where this is really set over. So, that area. Okay. So maybe I want to kind of move it more in this. So this is kind of the area where we're going to be at. So, moderate risk is going to be up in here. Okay. We start throughout the nights, the mornings. There it is. We get the first round of thunderstorms. And then we start getting those supercells. This is what we are going to be talking about. Okay. So, we need times here. And I know you guys want some time. So, we're going to look for the timing on here. So, 2 plus is 10 p.m. tonight. Okay. So, let's do 2. This is now 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, around the evening, okay, I do have karate around 6:30. But we will start getting a individual supercells back here. Probably not tornadic yet. Little line here. Just all depends how this sets up. But this is that latest her we're thinking of. And as we go into, let's just check 21 hour. Make sure I did this right. Oh, this is 5 p.m. So a little bit earlier than I thought. This is 6. You can tell we can see some tornadic supercells back in here. Tornadic supercells there. This is 7, 8. We continuing to see supercells here. A line through there. This is around 7, 8, 9, still 10, 11, 12. And then we continue with supercells down here. And then, what happens on, Tuesday is all dependent. Okay? But we do get that line to develop. And then, Tuesday looks pretty intense. We could definitely have some individual supercells along this, and I think the tornado outbreak is definitely possible for that day too. Okay, total accumulations of precip with all this severe weather, up to a few inches. Okay. The most unstable Cape and Shear. This is very important too as we go into tomorrow. Very high. We're talking about in the 3,500s to about 4,000 joules per grams. Down here, once again, we're going to have a lot of instability. A lot of that unstable Cape and Shear, and those are very big. But even going into, later on in the forecast, looks pretty big here. Supercell composite looks pretty big here too, going into tomorrow. We're talking about 10s, even 11s, definitely up here. This is, at 23-hour mark, This is at 7, so 8, 9, 10, it's still pretty tough going into the overnight, so we'll just see how the supercells are. And then we continue with pretty intense supercells, okay? The significant tornado perimeter is right here, and this is pretty high too. I mean, very high actually. in some of these lines up here, you know, up to the 11s and everything. So, big tornado outbreak is very likely. Lightning density, probably a big lightning show too. Definitely in those storms up there. Massive lightning low shows there. These are swaths. Alright, this is that potential energy over and definitely up here. Alright. Dew points. Temperatures too up here is going to be extremely high. I mean, we're talking about near 70-degree dew points. So very, very humid. And the humidity too. Very, yeah, very humid too. But that's the latest her thinking. Let's get into the NAM. You know, once again, humidity very high, dew points in the 70s, okay? In the upper 60s to low 70s. That's very humid, actually. Let's not do this. Let's go into precipitation. Let's go similar reflectivity. And let's go into 10. Let's do this. That we can get the time and everything. So that's 6 a.m. Alright, 6 a.m., 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, in the morning, you're going to have some thunderstorms. This is 16 hours out. We're looking at 12 p.m. around the dot. Alright, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still nothing big. You got some thunderstorms developing back here. This is 21. So that's 5 p.m. A little bit more delayed. Alright, this is 6, 7. You know, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, we definitely see a bit of scattered supercells. This is all depending on how everything forms, but, you know, going into the overnight hours, it will die down. We're probably going to have some few severe thunderstorms. And that's very likely. Alright. Surface base. No, most unstable Cape and Shear. Very high according to this. It's probably a little overdone, but you know, some of these areas could be up to 4,000 to 4,500 per kilogram. And even, you know, going into, I mean, even the overnight hours looks pretty intense to me that we can have. And you know, I wasn't thinking about going into the Northeast because I know there's an enhanced risk ready, but we're just gonna take a little look at it. But we're definitely gonna do its own stream about it. Looks to me is gonna be straight line winds according there. Some supercells. That's gonna be very interesting. Okay. That's the HER model. We take a look at the 0Z on that. And the HER model actually is more in the way of supercells. This will be actually even worse. This is probably worst case scenarios to HER. Is a lot more supercell like. So definitely quite a bit to, you know, take in. We take a look at the medium range, long range actually, Euro. And just take a look at the severe weather for the next couple days. This is tomorrow's outbreak up here. Sorry about that. This is throughout the overnight. You know, we can still have some overnight thunderstorms, supercells, alright? So we'll just see how everything plays out tomorrow. And then going into Northeast, we get our hands. And then, you know, even into Oklahoma again, we do get with some scattered thunderstorms, tornadoes. And then we build, you know, continuous severe weather days. And even another one for the Northeast, another one for Texas area, and then it kind of quiets back down going into May 3rd. Okay, we look at the 12Z, and then after that, we get not really, we get maybe a day break, and then we got another cold front with tornado outbreak. This could be extremely bad again, and then we do it again, our daily, maybe a severe weather day in the Northeast, slight risk, maybe another day, but looks like a relative quiet, active pattern ahead. Okay, that's what it's looking like. Okay, um, there's nothing really else that I want to take a look at, but I will take a look at that. Um, no, all right, it's not even showing, but it's all good. But we're probably gonna wrap it up there, you guys. Thank you guys for watching and everything. I really appreciate you guys, and I cannot wait into doing another video tomorrow. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and let me know what I can do, to make this better. Have a good night.